word. So let's go back to Matthew. If we can do that, Linda, go back to Matthew 4:24. And let me look at it again because I'm going to pull up some more of these words. It says, "In Jesus' fame went throughout all Syria. They brought unto him all sick people that were taken with diverse diseases." This is what we just looked at. The second thing that's listed, it says, "and torments." Let's talk about torments right now. Torments is the word basanos. Basanos. Basanos is the way that's the way it's pronounced. And it means torture. It means acute pains. It comes from a root word that's called, it looks like basis, B-A-S-I-S, is what it looks like. And it means that which one steps with the foot as through the notion of going to the bottom. And it's also associated with as those tormented in hell after death. So the torments have to do with torture and acute pains. Now, I'm telling you, if you have ever, sometimes this happens through, it can come through a sickness or disease. For example, shingles. I've never had shingles, but I know somebody who has. I know several people who have, and extremely painful. Extremely painful because it is a nerve situation. All right, it's a nerve agitation. It can also be a pain from if you've ever had an injury and you've had like a back injury. And I'm telling you what, back injuries are, they're very important. That back, when you get that spine down there and you've got the ribs coming off, you've got the arms and the legs, everything hinges on that back being in alignment and those discs being in perfect order and the vertebra lined up and the nerves not inflamed. You get some back injury going on in there and that can be so painful. Oh my goodness, I remember... I don't remember what happened exactly, but I had a lower back pain one time, and I don't know exactly what I did because sometimes I do silly stuff. Like I said the other day, I'll tell y'all something silly I did. Y'all won't believe it. I told Craig the other day, I said, okay, I'm seeing some old geezers, and I can say that because I'm an old geezer, riding bicycles up and down the street. I want to ride a bike again. Get the bikes out. Let's go. I want to go bike riding. And he's like, really? I said, sure, let's get that bike going. So he doesn't pull mine out. My bike is really old. I think he bought it for me before Robbie was born. And my tires are these little tiny thin things. So he pulls his out. They've got the bigger tires on there, and he's got 3 speeds on there. But it's got the bar because it's a boy's bike. Well, speaking of pain in your back, I've been fighting a little bit. I've been talking to the sciatic nerve on my right side. So I'm fixing to mount the bike rack. I start to hike my right leg to go over the bar and say, oh, no, that ain't going to work. No, that leg is not going over that bar. So I scoot on the other side of the bike and I haul my left leg up, and I have short legs anyway, even though I'm pretty tall because I have a longer body. And I finally get my left leg over the bike. And so now I'm on my tippy toes because now I'm trying to get up on the pedals and get up on the seat. And what's going through my mind is our daughter always says, Mother, never ride your bike without that helmet on. You go get a helmet. So I have a helmet. I just don't have it on, right? And I'm thinking, oh, I should probably have this helmet on. So anyway, I get up on the seat. I take off, and I ride in some circles right there on our street in front of the house and everything. So I come back. And Craig's waiting for me on the sidewalk. And so I step on the sidewalk, and I'm starting to get off the bike. Well, I start to lift my right leg. That ain't happening. Okay. So I lean this way away from the sidewalk. I start to lift my left leg, and the bike starts to go. And I'm like, oh, boom, I am down. I biffed it on the sidewalk, hit my head on the edge of the sidewalk, rolled out into the asphalt, and I'm laying on my back with legs and arms in the air like a dead bug. And Craig